We're going to attempt today to install a brake controller on a Nissan 2021 Titan. And what I have here is a Nissan brake controller from Z1 Off-Road. Pretty fast shipping. There's only one video out there on how to do this. They confirm that supposedly there's the wiring harness already in this vehicle ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and remove 5 screws from the glove box and take that out. 2 screws on the bottom. When you open the glove box, you have 3 screws across the top here. Remove that. I'll also remove the other side bottom panel, and I'm not exactly sure yet if the reason you have to do that, but I think it's because you also have to pop off these 2 air vents to access everything, because I'm putting original equipment in the spot where it's supposed to be. Remove the 5 screws. Something does not want to come out here. Oh, there we go. There we go.
Magic button.
A couple of clips. Just not sure which way they go. Okay. Just a little jiggling to get that out. Just so you know, that's the controller we're going to be putting in. That thing gets mounted right in here, but we have to remove all this stuff to get at the area where that goes. That's it. Okay, we're back again. Got that dash panel off, pretty easy. 5 screws, pull it out carefully, and now I'm looking at removing this panel down here. Again, I'm not 100% sure why we have to remove that, but I think it has something to do with, at one point we have to pop these 2 vent covers off after we remove, not remove, but slide this unit back so that we can access the screws and everything to pull this out, finish the job. Not 100% sure. I see one right there for sure. Obviously, probably one on the other side. Okay, so I took those 2 screws out, and then I'm carefully popping this out away. This is an airbag, you'll see that. Just leave that and don't touch it. I'm unsure whether or not I'm gonna have to disconnect this down here, or there might be just enough play for me to pop this out and let it fall down. So, like I said, just starting to get it away, find out where all these clips are in here, and try to get it out. Just in. Okay, that went pretty well. Like I said, just remove those couple of screws, pop this out, just letting it drop. I think there's a screw over here that I'm gonna have to remove. Maybe that's it. I haven't seen anything yet though. Oh, I think I do see it now. I may have to remove that screw. I'll have to look. I'll get back to you on that. I thought they said there was 3 screws. Like I said, I gotta pop this off eventually. I'm gonna hold off. Okay, next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna remove the 2 screws, or bolts I probably should say, that are located on the back here. I'm moving the seat forward so you can get at it. There you go, you can see that clearly now. 1 on each side. And then supposedly, this whole unit will lift up a little bit, just a little, slide it back. I thought I'd go ahead and show you this. I could use a little bit longer extension to get that bolt out, but I'm managing. It also has a capability of a Phillips head screwdriver to the center of it. So far all I've used is a Phillips head on the front, my ratchet on the back, A little longer extender would have been nice. And it's a 12 millimeter I have on there, 12 millimeter. Okay, go ahead and take this one off, get to the other side, and get back to you. Okay, so I got the other bolt out. They used some Loctite on there, so they were a little bit of a struggle. And like I said, a longer extension on my ratchet would have been nice. Gonna have to get one of those soon. So this is the dash I took off, and I did take a peek back there. It looks like that wiring harness is sitting there for me. I'll show you that in a minute. I'm gonna climb in here, see if we can't lift this thing up in the back a little bit and slide it back. Okay, like I said, I'm about to try to lift this up. I decided to come around this side. I can get in there a little easier. Hopefully try to pop that back a little bit. Again, I got to double check up front because I think there's a screw I'm supposed to be removing. Let's see what happens. Just try to loosen this up. Okay, let's get up front, see if I can find that screw. So down here, I just realized on the other side, I'm not 100% sure, but it does clip in the back. So we're gonna pop that out in case that's holding me up. It's right up top there somewhere. There we go. Okay. Okay, I see. Okay. All right, so this little panel pops out in the front and then slides out. I'm gonna go make sure I can take the other side off. And now I see that screw they were talking about under there. See it right there. That screw right there holding my panel in. And you have to remove this side panel to access that. Let's go around the other side here real quick. I already popped it off, but this one popped in the back, and so far doesn't seem to want to come out up here. I'm assuming there's another. There we go. There we go. Okay. And there is another screw here too. All right, let me go ahead and get those out. Okay, so I got both those screws out. I knew they were somewhere. Now we're gonna get in here and attempt to try to lift this up, slide it back, whatever they say is supposed to happen. I'm gonna see if I can prop you up over here for a minute. I don't even know if you can see anything. Let's see what we do. Well, we're struggling a little bit. There we go. All right, let's see if I got any other panels. It feels like we're still being held up on something, so let's look around. Maybe, oh, there we go. Let's pop this thing out. Okay. It didn't like that being there, so that is our seat control heaters. Let's go ahead and disconnect those. Let's see. Give me just a minute on that. Got those off pretty easily. I don't see anything else down here. Let's try lifting this thing off again. Looks like I'm gonna need both hands for that. All right, redoing this little segment because I'm not sure if I got it. But this little piece that was up here hiding a couple more screws was a little bit of a pain in the butt. On the back of it, you got two screws which are on both sides, and then you got these two that slide in, And once I got a pry bar in there, got one side off, the rest of them, the other one came out pretty easily and just slided right out. So I'm gonna get that out of the way. I'm gonna go ahead and remove these 2 screws down here. Not too worried about them falling into the abyss because there's a little spot that they'll fall into, but I'm still gonna try to catch them. Oh, thanks for the light. A little lower would be nice though, right? There's one without falling. We got lucky. And let's get this other one out. There you go.
The big boy screw.
Alright. That one out. Both of those are out. All these screws are exactly the same, so I'm just going to put them down there with the others. Let's see if that made this any looser. Not yet. I'm not sure if that's what was holding me up, but on each side of this, there's a little thing that sticks out and gets stuck on that. So now I'm going to attempt to pull this back again and hope that's what was holding it, because I don't see anything else. No, it looks like everything else is good. So let me get back in there and see what I can do. So unbelievable. Yeah, those 2 little things were holding this thing up. So I just stuck something in there to keep them away because I didn't have 2 other people to hold it open. Popped a little plastic pry bar behind one and on the other side and came up here and the whole thing just slid right back. Now, I think is where I have to start popping this out. I believe it pulls out from the bottom with some clips. I don't think I really need to go back any further than that. Let's see here. If I could figure out a way to prop you up, that would be great. Let's see what happens here. There he goes. That's not gonna work. Oh well. All right, let me shut you off for a minute while I see how these things pop off. Okay, so yeah, I started at the bottom. You actually can get your hand back there and feel where that clip is. So I made sure because I didn't want to break any pieces. So you can see right behind there is the last couple of Phillips heads we're gonna have to take out. Now I haven't taken that side off yet. I'm gonna get over there and give that a shot. I just thought I'd start on the passenger side. I don't need to remove anything, just pop them off, get them out of the way so you can get at those screws. So let's go around the other side. I may take one of these plastic pry bars with me. I got a couple of those. Little handy dandy kit. It started raining on me, but I think we're better now. Let's see. We really needed the rain though. So let's get over here, see about popping this one off. I'm feeling a little bit more confident on this side. And I'm gonna try to reach my hand back there just to see if I can feel that clip. Well, all right, let's give it a shot here. There we go. Got a little angry with it, but now that I got it out this far though, I'm really nervous about the thinner area up there. So I'm gonna use both hands. See what I can figure out here. It's coming off pretty good. Sorry, you guys just slid down on me. Not sure if you can see this anyhow. There we go. All right, we're out of the way. Go ahead and grab my screwdriver and remove both those screws. This thing should pop off. We're on to the next step. And you know how I said all the screws have been the same? All of them have been the same until I got to those last little 2. And they just got a little bit of a ridge thing on them. So I'll keep those separate. Just gonna set them right here in the console and get those done. Now this thing should just pop out as well. There we go on that side. Let's pop that out a little bit. There we go. Okay. Alrighty. That has just those clips along the top. Looks pretty good. So this is what we're doing. Just taking this little box out and putting the new controller in. And there it is, the infamous wire harness that nobody seems to know where it's at. It's just taped in there with a little white tape. Right there. She was out here a little bit, but it's going too much. There we go. Oh well. Probably gonna turn you off here in a little bit, get that taken care of. I may pull those 2 plugs there just so I can work on this thing properly. And then we're just gonna remove those screws, and I'll take a couple of videos of me putting that box back in, and we're on the home stretch. So yeah, just pop those 2 things off. We're gonna go grab the controller, put this all back in, and we'll be sitting pretty. The dealer was gonna have an aftermarket put in, and I didn't really want that. This is a 2021 Nissan Titan SV with tow package. But that tow package does not include the brake controller. Kind of odd. I even asked that question when I purchased it. Unfortunately, did not get the answer I needed. So, anyhow, we're gonna give it a shot. Thank you. Okay, so I took the old box out. There it is. Nice handy little box. Maybe I'll throw it on the marketplace or something. I'll try to sell it. I don't know if anybody needs something like that. Got the new controller in. You can see, looks in beautiful. It's in there perfect. Everything good to go there. Tightened it up pretty well. Pretty happy. So we'll go ahead and plug this back in. Put everything back in place. And give it a shot. Okay, so we're gonna pop this thing in, get everything plugged back up, and reverse all the steps. I'll take a few shots throughout if there's anything I think needs to be noted. But we're pretty well set to go. I'm gonna release that little piece of white tape, give me a little extra slack on this. Everything slides right in. Factory. Okay, everything's sliding back in just as it should. These things pushed in pretty easily. The center console slid back forward. You have to lift up a little bit in the front. There's a couple of pins that kind of slide in there and help you align it properly. Replace the 2 screws that we had to access. Now we're gonna slide this little beggar back in there. That was a little bit of a pain in the butt, but taking it out, going back in is probably gonna be a piece of cake. Then we'll connect these 2 wires for our heated seats. Drop that back into place. Put up the dash and stuff, clipped back in. You really could do this with a Phillips head screwdriver. The 2 bolts on the center console, they're a little tight. They got some Loctite on them, so that's where you might need a wrench. 12 millimeters, what I used with a socket and extension. So, like I said, as soon as we get this thing fired up, get back to you. Thank you. Okay, everything went back together as it should. No leftover screws. I think we're gonna go ahead and start this thing up. All right, like I said, pretty simple job. They wanted to put an aftermarket in here for the same price it cost me for this unit. Original equipment, I'd much rather have it. So there we go.